I'm Dr. Maureen Craig, clinical nurse specialist and registered yoga teacher, guiding tonight's class. And this evening, we're going to start on our backs. So please get yourself comfortable in a reclined position. You will use a block though, so set that on the side. Get yourself into a position that's similar to Shavasana. Just press the back of the head into the mat and roll your shoulders under. And then press the heels into the mat and draw your tailbone down. And then come to the breath. Let the body be a little heavy. Take a nice full breath in and a long exhale. And we're going to take another full breath in, and this time exhale in 3 parts. Letting the breath out of the upper chest, folding the ribs, and then letting the navel come into the spine. Repeating this, another full breath in, 3-part exhale. Another full breath in, 3-part exhale, and as you exhale, hold the lips like as if you're blowing clouds into the sky through a straw. Continuing in this pattern, allowing the lips to offer just a little back pressure and letting go in the body as you slowly exhale. Slowing the inhale down and slowing the exhale down. Large breath in and a 3-part exhale. Just allowing yourself to arrive. Finishing the cycle that you're on and taking one more. And then we will switch and have a 3-part inhale and a slow, long exhale. Breathing into the deep belly, lifting the ribs, and filling all the way to the top. On the exhale, holding the lips with a little back pressure and slowly releasing the breath through the pursed lips. Continuing this pattern, a 3-part inhale, 1 long exhale. Letting the breath be slow and long. 3-part inhale. Long exhale. Finishing the cycle you're on and taking one more. And then resuming the natural breath, bringing your attention over your heart. And I'll share a little quote from Haile Curry, a trauma-informed yoga teacher. She says, remembering yoga is remembering the parts of ourselves that got lost. Yoga is remembering the parts of ourselves that got lost. So setting an intention for your practice, perhaps with that intention of really checking in with your own body, your own experience, reconnecting with parts of yourself that may feel a little lost. Draw the left knee in towards the chest and extend your right toes. And then switching, drawing the right knee into the chest, extending through the left toes. Letting the breath out. And then both knees in and draw some circles on your back. When you're ready, coming up to a seated posture, either by rolling up or coming over onto your side and using your hands to push yourself up, coming into a seated posture that is comfortable for you. Bring your hands to Namaste and feel the pressure of the palms, the shoulder blades coming down the back. Interlace the hands and press the palms away, inhaling. Exhale, bring them into the chest. Inhale, push it out, and exhale in. Inhale, and exhale. And now let's bring it up. So inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Follow the breath. 2-part inhale, 2-part exhale. Press the palms away and up, forward and in. One more time. Reach the arms out into a T and roll your thumbs back. Maybe a little infinity sign with the fingertips. Feeling the shoulders range of motion. We're going to talk a bit about the shoulders tonight. Pay attention to them. Reach out long between the fingertips. Drop that right hand to the mat. Sweep that left arm over. Enjoy that side bend. Feel the stretch in the body. Inhale, sweep through the center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, sweep the sky. And drop that top hand over. Pressing the opposing hip down. Inhale, coming through center. Allow your gaze to follow the hand a bit. And then coming back to center. Inhale, roll your hands up. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, twist off to the right. Keep the neck long. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, twist to the left. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach the back arm up. And on the exhale, reaching forward, getting a good stretch in the back body. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach the back arm up. And rolling the body forward, reaching through that left arm. Gently release and just kind of check in with your upper body, how it's feeling. I'm going to take just a moment here to show you my little skeleton. We want to talk about the shoulder tonight because we're going to pay special attention to the shoulder. And I just want to show you here a little closer how the shoulder is actually made of 3 parts. There's the scapula, there's the humerus, and then there's the clavicle. So it's very different than the ball and socket of the hip. And that's important because of how it's put together. You can see it's more vulnerable joint, and it's very important to pay attention to our muscles there. So we're going to talk about shoulder strengthening, and we want to make sure that we pay attention to that. So let's come over onto our hands and knees. We'll start in table with a little cat-cow. Knees underneath the hips, and begin rocking the pelvis first, just to loosen the low back, and then slowly take that movement up into the thoracic and cervical spine, allowing your toes perhaps to untuck and tuck, and the whole spine to start moving a bit, a little softness in the elbows, and breathing with it. And then coming to stillness in table. Feel a nice flat back, and then push that right heel back as an extension of your spine. Add the left thumb to the sky and take your gaze just over the top of the mat. On the exhale, bring the the knee and the elbow towards each other in a bird dog. Inhale out, lengthen and lift a little. Exhale, roll those in and roll the back up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, almost like a cat back. Arch it up as your knee and elbow come towards each other. One more time. And exhale. Bring the hand down, the ball of the foot down, and as you push the ball of the foot into the mat, stretch the right heel back so you get a bit of a calf stretch. Then we'll kickstand out the left foot and come to the inner blade of the right. Reach that right arm up into the sky for a side plank, stacking the shoulders a bit, and then sweep off that back arm, coming into gate posture. Lean over towards that leg, opening up the left side body, and then gently windmill your arms back to the mat. And we'll come into a little more cat-cow. We'll take these moves on the other side. Extend the left heel back, right thumb to the sky, lengthen and lift. Exhale, arch the back, knee to elbow. Inhale it out, exhale it in. Inhale and exhale. Once more and in. Bring the right hand down and the ball of the left foot down. Take your calf stretch. Kickstand the right foot out to give you a side plank here. Inner blade of the left foot down and reach the left arm up to the sky. Push off that bottom hand and open up into your gate posture. Try to keep your body in a single plane, not rolling the heart forward. Exhale, windmill those hands back to the mat. And walk your hands a handprint forward or so. And then drop your hips forward, your toes are untucked. And then a modified up dog. Your knees are still down. Exhale, push the tailbone back like you're going towards child's pose, but claw into the mat just a bit with your fingertips. Inhale, float it out to plank. Allow the toes to tuck. Exhale, push the hips up. Down dog. Let your your hands and your feet be about equal distance apart from each other. Maybe allow the hips to sweep left and right a bit. Side body stretch. Pedal through the heels. We'll just flow a little bit here to plank. Drop the knees, push the hips back, child's pose. Inhale, modified up dog. Squeeze the glutes, lift the heart. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tuck the toes, plank. Exhale, down dog. We'll take that once again. Float to plank. Drop the knees, hips back. Inhale, hips forward. Squeeze the glutes, lift the heart. Exhale, hips back. Inhale, tuck the toes, plank. And exhale, pausing in down dog. Take a moment here to get comfortable in your down dog, stretching out anything that feels good. And then glancing between your thumbs as you bring your feet forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, flatten the back, draw the shoulder blades down. Breathing here in half lift, pay attention to the low belly, fill it up. Exhale, scoop it in. Inhale, fill. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, fill. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms behind you, strong back, lifting up, tall mountain, and release. Okay, let's take a little movement on our shoulders for our balance posture tonight. We're going to do some balancing in our shoulders, or check out our shoulder range of motion. So we'll start here with that left side and just kind of feel your arms sweeping here alongside your body, and sweep that arm all the way up so that your palm is facing right on, facing towards you, but the fingers are up to the sky. And then once you're at that position, rotate the palm out and then let it drop behind you. And you may notice that you have a tendency to rotate your spine. Try to keep the spine central. And now we're going to take it back, turn the palm towards you, and bring it back into range. And on the other side, now lift it up, rotate the palm, and bring it back. Just kind of feeling into your shoulder. Bring it around and down. There we go. Other side, lift it up, rotate the palm, sweep it back, bring it back up, rotate the palm, and bring it down. Now the other side, up, rotate and down, bring it back up the other way, rotate and down. Okay, feel those shoulders maybe roll a little bit, and maybe roll your neck just a little bit as we're loosening up that joint and the muscles there, giving them a good stretch. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do is take a block. This is where it gets a little more tricky. You may remember a while back we did teacup pose. Well, this is kind of like teacup pose because we're going to hold the block in our hands. We're going to explore the shoulder range of motion. And the first time through or so, I'm going to encourage you to kind of keep your spine fluid. And then afterwards, we'll try and bring more of the motion into the shoulder. So just holding your block here, feel your mountain, feel the tallness in your mountain. Reach that block out like at 45. And then sweep it up over the head. And you might feel like it's good to actually bend the spine just a little bit. And then try not to drop it. This is where it gets to be interesting because you're holding the teacup, or in this case, the block. Come around the side of you and then in between your ribs here and your arm. Okay, and back into position. So more quickly, it comes out, sweep it over the head, out to the side and behind you, and then rotate it in right here by the ribs. Okay, one more time. Reach it out, 45 degree, up over the head, sweep it back, try not to drop it, along the ribs. There we go. Let's take it to the other side, okay? So find that tall mountain inside of you. Inhale, reach it out, sweep it over the ribs, out behind you and alongside the ribs. There we go. Reach it out, up over the head. Yeah, out behind you. Coming back in, keeping that teacup without spilling a drop, right? One more time, reach it out. And around. And through the ribs. Okay, so now the next challenge is actually to try and mobilize the spine less. So just kind of think about keeping the spine more still and letting most of the range of motion happen in the shoulder. So reaching out, bringing it overhead, woo, and there my block went. So you can see it's a little more challenging when we put all the effort into the range of motion for the shoulder. So reaching it out over the, nope, I'm not going to be able to do it unless I bend my spine, huh? Okay, and then coming back in and around. One more time. Reach it out over the head, out behind, and in front. Okay, well, we have to even it up on the other side. 2 more times on this side. Reach it out at a 45, up over the head, keeping it flat, out behind you, by the ribs. One more time, reach it out, over the top of the head, reach it behind you, along the ribs. Woo! We did it. Okay, very good. Well, let's now come on into our flow practice. We had a little fun with the shoulders, and they are so important. So continuing to maintain the range of motion with the shoulders, because as we work at our desks, oftentimes we tend to draw the shoulders forward. So now we're working to strengthen the back body and keep them on the back, opening the front across the clavicles here and the front of the shoulders. All right, let's come into our mountain pose as we begin our flow tonight. Feel the heels landing, spread your toes. And take a nice breath or two here as you're coming into your flow. It's a good moment for a pause. checking in with your body, drawing yourself in perhaps with your ujjayi breath, where you narrow the throat a little bit. Let your heart lift, your shoulders roll back and down. Inhale, sweep those arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold at the hips. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it back to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's move forward. Inhale up. Exhale, flat back. Reach the tailbone back. Float down. Inhale, half lift. And fold, stepping back on the right. Bring the right knee to the mat. And come up to that modified warrior one. Let the hips sink a little bit towards that front heel. Lift the heart a little bit. Open the front of the right hip to sink. Exhale, we'll take that hurdler stretch. So bring your hands down and draw the toes back on the left as you lengthen out the back of the left leg. We want to pay attention to both legs. Slowly crawl your hands forward and reach those arms back up for that modified warrior one. And now tuck the back toes. We're going to take a challenge here. So focus on something to keep your position stable. And if you need to, bring your hands down to the mat. But if you can, just lift up to crescent lunge. Breath here. 2 more. 1 more. Open to warrior two. Back toes turn out to 3 o'clock. Arms parallel, gaze forward. 3 breaths in warrior two. Engage the pelvic floor. Feel the navel in and up. Reach back, proud warrior. Sky and earth. 1 more breath. Drop the elbow to the knee, extended side angle. 1 more breath. Lift the bottom arm. Sweep back, proud warrior. Float it out to warrior two. We're finding our way back home. Let the shoulders drift away from the ears. Lift the back heel. Right arm comes forward, crescent lunge. Exhale, fold, and we'll take a flow. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Coming to your plank. Taking knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. We'll inhale the right foot up, bend the knee and stack the hips. We're going to come into a side plank here by drawing that right knee under the body and out in front of you as you rotate the inner blade of the left foot down. Coming to side plank and a breath here. Bring the left hand down. The right foot returns to the sky, and this time you bring that knee forward with the exhale behind the right wrist. We're coming into a pigeon. I like to use a block underneath my right hand, and then scoot that right shin forward so that brings the stretch into the outer right hip. Breathing here. After your third breath or so, you can let the shin come back a little bit. Frame out the hands and push that right foot back to the sky. A little circle with the ankle. Good breath here. Exhale, bring that foot forward between the hands and take your dragonfly twist. Bring the right hand down, step to forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift and fold. Inhale, sweep to the top and release. Shake out the legs a little bit. We learned last week on our more trauma-informed yoga how valuable it is to just give the muscles a little shake, and then slowly find your posture here again in mountain. We'll take these moves on the other side. Just taking a breath or two as you cycle through here and settle again. Ready for your next flow. Inhale, sweeping up and fold. Lift and fold, stepping back on the left. The left knee comes down, coming up to that modified warrior one, letting the hips sink a little bit towards that forward heel. Option for temple fingers if that feels good. And then releasing the hands and taking your hurdler stretch. Drawing the right hip back and the toes back. Feel that stretch in the calf, perhaps in the hamstring. Walk yourself forward, tuck the back toes. Reach the arms up and lift into your crescent. 3 breaths. Coming into warrior 2. Toes out to 9 o'clock on the back foot. Arms parallel, strong in the shoulders, but let the shoulders release away from the ears. Rotate the front palm up and exhale it back. Proud warrior. Keep drawing the kneecap up on the left. Keep the hips engaged, the glutes squeezed, low back safe. Gently bring that right elbow to the knee. Top arm up over the ear, depending on the comfort of your shoulder. Please do listen to your body. Option to lift that bottom arm. Sweep it back. Proud warrior. Settle into warrior 2. And returning to crescent lunge. Exhale and fold. Step the right foot back to meet the left. And take or skip your flow here, bringing your knees down, your elbows in. Chest down, chin down, roll the heart up, cobra. Exhale, push it up to down dog. Lift that left foot up to the sky, bend the knees and stack the hips. On the exhale, we'll take side plank, bringing that left knee out in front of you. Right hand to the sky as you come to the inner blade of the right foot. Bring the right hand down, return the left foot up to the sky. Exhale, bring that left knee behind the left wrist as you take a pigeon on this side. Bring that chin forward and the ankle is flexed just to get a good stretch in the outer left hip. Breathing with that. One more breath. And then draw that chin back just a little bit as you frame out your hands and push your left foot back to the sky. A few circles with the ankle. On the exhale, bring that left foot between the hands and take a dragonfly twist on this side. The left hand comes down and step to forward fold. Inhale, a halfway lift and fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, squeeze the glutes. And exhale, hands to heart. And release those muscles, perhaps in a spinal twisting motion, letting the arms release like empty coat sleeves. And take and shake out the legs a little bit. How are you doing? Check in with yourself, making sure that your practice is going well for you. Okay, finding your mountain. We'll move into a B series, Surya Namaskara B or Sun Salutation B, which starts with a chair. So coming into a mountain posture, soften into the hips and the knees as you drop into a chair. Lift your arms, lift your heart. Breathing, push the heels away from each other a bit. With the exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And fold, stepping out to your plank. Holding plank for a breath. And then coming through a float if you wish, knees just chin, or chaturanga. Taking up dog or cobra. And meeting in down dog. Inhale the left foot up. Exhale, bring it forward between the hands. Drop the back foot, toes out to 3 o'clock. And then we're going to come into triangle pose. I'm going to place a block on the outside of the left ankle. Straighten that foot as you bring that left hip way back. Now you can also bring your hand to the inside of the left calf, but you can bring it also to the outside. So you choose what works for you. Always try and rotate the heart open to the side. It doesn't matter how deep you go. Keep a little space between the upper thigh and the torso. 2 or 3 breaths here. Drawing that hip back. Now we're going to come into half moon. So bend that forward knee just a little bit. Take your block. Come out at a 45-degree angle. Plant your block and kick up the back heel. Flex the back foot, rotate the heart to the side, stack your hips as best as you can. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Drop the back foot down, coming to warrior 2. Now when my foot lands in from a floating position, it doesn't always feel like it's hit home. So if you need to reposition a little bit, do that. Bring that elbow down to the knee, the top arm over, extended side angle. We've been here before. Feel that spear-like energy from the back heel through the fingertips. Third breath, hold the big beach ball. And then sweep it back. Reverse warrior. Windmill those arms. Bring them down to the mat. Step back. Take or skip your flow. We all meet in down dog. And then we'll take those moves on the other side. Inhale the right foot up. And exhale, step it between the hands. The back foot drops, toes pointing to 9 o'clock. And then you're going to straighten that forward knee and hip. Draw the right hip back, and open up into triangle, Trikonasana. Let the heart rotate off to the left. Your gaze can be down at the mat. It can be out to the side, or it can be up to the sky. Just keep the neck long and comfortable. One more breath here. And then using your block at a 45-degree angle from that forward foot, come into your half moon. I find when I use the block just a little bit off center, it gives me a little bit better balance. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And then soften the knee, come back into warrior 2. And you might need to reposition that foot just a little bit. Check in with your front knee right over the ankles. Feel those hips sinking, fingers reaching away from each other. Engage that lower abdomen.
the pelvic floor. Bring the elbow to the knee and sweep that top arm up and over. Lift and open the ribs with the breath. Slowly sweep back. Reverse warrior. Sometimes when you move slowly, it's more challenging than moving fast. Windmill your arms down to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Taking your flow here, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Lifting up, up dog or cobra. And pausing in down dog for 3 to 5 breaths. Open your mouth and really let ha out. So nice big breath in and then ha out. Bring the gaze between the thumbs and on the exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen out the spine. Exhale, fold, soften the knees, the hips, reach behind you, and come up into your chair. 2 or 3 breaths here. Hands to heart, and reach it up, and release. Yeah, let it go. Shake it out. Feel yourself getting comfortable. And then come facing the long edge of your mat, and we're just going to take our feet out about a 3/4 stride, whatever is comfortable for you. Honor your own body with this. And we're going to return to some of those range of motion positions. So soften down into your goddess squat. And then with the right hand, we'll put the left hand on the hip, or your right hand on the hip, sorry. The left arm, or reach it up, range of motion, rotate it back. Inhale it back up, exhale it down. Now the left or the right, reach it up, rotate it back, inhale it up, exhale it down. One more time on each side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On the other side, reach it up, rotate it around, rotate it back and down. Let the hips lower, push into the heels and release. Heel toe apart to a full straddle now. Let the heels be out further than the toes. A little softness in the knees. Press on the tops of your thighs. And slowly lengthen out the spine as you come down towards the mat. Let the tailbone reach back. Fingertips crawl out. Walk your hands over to your right foot. And draw your heart towards the right knee. Pausing as you take these more intense stretches to just breathe with it, surfing the stretch. And then gently walking the rainbow from one foot over to the other. Feeling that stretch as much as you can the whole way. As you draw over towards the left foot, bring your heart towards the left knee. Breathing with it. And slowly working yourself back to center. Your hands underneath the gaze. Allow your head to come into a bit of an inversion and nod your head yes, releasing the neck. That always feels good. And maybe a little side to side. Push into the mat a little bit, lengthen the head out, the spine long, equalize the brain a bit. Heel toe into a 3/4 stride again. Let the hips and knees bend. Come back to your goddess squat. Okay, right hand to the hip and teacup. Hold your teacup, sweep it over, out behind you, along the ribs, and land your teacup. Let's do the other side. Hold the teacup, sweep it over the head, out behind you, along the ribs, deliver the T. One more time, each side, up and over, out behind, along the ribs, deliver the T. One more time, keep pushing the hips and knees apart. Up over the head, out behind you, along the ribs, and up. Push into your hips and heels and lift up. And release. Good job. Coming now to the top of your mat. Getting ready to head towards our unwinding, but we've got just a little core practice to do. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Lift. And fold, stepping back for a plank. Option to always come down onto your knees. You can also float just one of the feet. So float one of the feet and then push it up to a three-legged dog. It's a little challenging. Float it down and switch the feet. Push it up, three-legged dog. Float it down. Both feet down. Push to down dog. Inhale to plank and push to down dog. Bring your knees down and walk your knees through your arms as you come to a seated posture on your mat. I'm going to take a little bit of what are called Russian twists, so crossing the ankles. Find that kind of soft spot on your bottom. Lift the heart a bit. And the option is to float the heels or to leave them down, whatever works for you. And then bring your hands to namaste. Exhale into the twist. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist. Follow your breath. And switch the feet. One more. Bring the hands behind the legs. Let the feet come up. Reach up tall. Exhale, softly soften the knees and reach for the toes or the ankles or wherever you can. Slide the hands up the shins and slowly roll yourself down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming down to the mat. Bring your heels right behind the glutes. We're going to come into a bridge here. Feel a little weight in the heels. Exhale, push the small of the back down towards the mat. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, roll up into your bridge and slide your shoulders under a bit. Press the heels away and the shoulders away. Let the pelvic floor and the abdomen engage with your exhales. One more. And slowly roll it down, drawing that tailbone towards your lifted heels. And then bring your shins into tabletop. Reach the arms out behind you. On the exhale, roll the heart up as you reach the hands and toes forward. Inhale back. Exhale, roll it up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Twice more. Once more. And release the heels to the mat. This time, bring your feet out wide so you can feel the toes starting to curl over the edge of the mat. Put some weight into your heels, and your heels are not behind the glutes, they're out a little ways. You might even lift the toes up so you're on the heels. Your arms are soft alongside the body. And then roll yourself up into your bridge, but a wide-footed bridge. Push the hips high And then this time, draw the heels towards you, activating the hamstrings a little bit. Pull the heels in. Use the exhales to do so. Good. Lift the hips up and pull the heels in towards yourself, but of course they're stuck on the mat. Couple more. And then roll that spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And bring your knees in towards your chest. Couple circles. And letting your heels down. Find your block. Bridge up for legs up the wall. Slide the block out underneath your sacrum. Roll the shoulders in and let the knees come in and the heels float to the sky. Legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. Take a big breath in here. And we're beginning to let it go. Unwinding the practice. Checking in with your heart here as you're in legs up the wall. Let your toes drift apart if you'd like. How are you doing at this point, in this moment? As Haley Curry says, yoga is remembering the parts of ourselves that got lost. Have you reconnected with anything? Exhale, let the heels come back together. Stretch up through the heels a bit, maybe through the toes. The body has a lot of wisdom. Letting the knees come in, option to cross the ankles. And switching the ankle cross. Let the heels come down to the earth. Soles of the feet together. Let the knees reach a bit for the corners of the room. Arms can be in cactus. Breathing. And letting the knees come back together, a little weight in the heels. And pull that block out and take it to the side. Bring the knees in again. Cross the right knee over the left. Slide your hands down the shins to the ankles. Gomukhasana, drawing the ankles towards the outer hip. Exhaling here. And I think this is Supta Gomukhasana because we're in a reclined position. And when you're ready, switching the leg on top. Slide the hands down towards the ankle and draw the ankles towards the outer hip. And exhale. Breathing deeply and letting go. Letting the knees and legs unwind, bringing the feet down to the mat, heel toe out to the outer edges of the mat so the toes curl over. And softly begin to wiper the knees left and right, letting them unwind a little bit of your spine. Left and right. And slowly coming to stillness. Let the left heel go long. Take the right knee into the left hand. And when you're ready, draw it across the body for a long spinal twist. As your gaze comes out over the right hand behind you. Take a breath in here. See if you can let go in this long spinal twist.
slide the left hand underneath the right knee and gently bring yourself back through center. And we'll switch, lengthening through the right leg. Bring the left knee into the right hand and trot across the body, reaching out behind you with the gaze and the left hand. Inhale and exhale. Letting go. Letting go. Taking your right hand underneath that left knee, bringing yourself back to center. And take a few moments to prepare yourself for Shavasana. Get yourself comfortable as you lengthen the spine. Let the feet be a little bit apart from each other as you press into the heels. Let the tailbone draw down. Press into the back of the head. Let the shoulder blades roll underneath you. Palms up. Take a nice breath in and slowly let it go, letting yourself yield a bit to gravity. Feeling the weight of the body being supported by the earth. Coming into Shavasana, our final resting posture. Soften the brow, let the eyebrows drift away from each other. Let the eyes themselves be soft. Let the jaw unhinge and the tongue be thick in the mouth. Let each breath help you let go just a bit more. Softening the shoulders towards the earth. Letting the back body get heavy. And the pelvic bowl heavy. And both legs heavy. Notice the breath moving the body. Just resting with the breath over the heart. Taking a moment as we come towards the end of Shavasana to just scan through the body. Noticing anywhere where you might have a pleasant feeling or a neutral to pleasant feeling. And just offering a little gratitude for this in the body. Caring for your body with your mind, with kindness. Beginning to find a little movement, fingers, toes, ankles or wrists. Lengthen out in a bit of a stretch if you'd like. When you're ready, bring your knees in towards your chest. Rock a little bit on your back, letting the low back be comforted by a little massage and the weight of your body. So you rotate the knees one direction and then the other. When you're ready, meet me in a seated posture. Closing our practice time together, bringing your hands to your heart. Thank you for your practice, and thank you for joining me and encouraging me to practice, to be present and show up. May you have a beautiful evening. Om Shanti. Om Peace. Namaste. Thank you, friends. Thank you for joining for an evening of yoga. Just taking care of our bodies. Feels so good.